As the ship pulled to port at the small shipping town, 2 days horseback riding away from the capital, Erie looked back to see the odd sea reforming back to its original shape. She walked over to the stairs, ending on the dock. With a blank expression, she looked at the small city with familiarity. Last time she was here, she stabbed a nobleman for his gold cane, which she promptly sold in the capital. She stepped from the dock to land and saw a horse pen. She knew as soon as she saw the white horse at the corner of the pen, she would take it for herself. The eye contact the two made was clear. They would go to the capital together. She walked into a bar not far from the ship, to find it filled with dwarves. I looked at Erie like a deer in headlights. She walked to the bar and sat down on a small seat. She spoke loud enough for all to hear. "What are you looking at?" The dwarves went back to drinking, and a red-bearded female dwarf walked up to Erie and said, "What'll it be, stranger?" Erie said, "You got any fermented relevant nectar?" The female dwarf said, "Old choice, but yeah, we do." The female dwarf's beard flowed to the right swiftly as she turned to get the liquor. Dwarven homes had average ceilings of 5 feet, but this bar had an 8-foot tall ceiling, as it was a common area for many people. With everything smaller than normal in the bar, though, Erie seemed to be a giant compared to the other sentient creatures in the bar. The dwarf brought a bottle of viscous pink liquid and a shot glass to Erie. The dwarf said, "Where are you from?" Erie said, "You want the long and short?" The dwarf said, "Short, but make it long enough so I don't have to deal with Richard shit." Erie said, "I was born in the port town of Mist and lived through the Ancients' Awakening. Terrible time in history. I was the only ones not to be enslaved by those mechanical men who had no mercy. But then I came along, 3 of my comrades. We found shelter in a dungeon. That's where I found my teacher. He taught me quite a lot. He was a soldier, and a good one. Then we went to the northern island, where we met my other mentor. From there, we found the ancient's hideout. She was interrupted by the bartender, as she said, "Sorry, I have to deal with these boys." Harry said, "You're good, miss." As the bartender walked over to lecture someone, Harry took the alcohol and left. She locked eyes with the guard stepping outside, who said, "You're not supposed to be here, and you're not supposed to have drinks outside the bar." An arrow hit the town guard in the head, killing him instantly. A loud fireball erupted from the arrow. She was in shock, blown back onto the floor. She saw a man wearing a bloody dagger patch standing above. On his shoulder was a bloody dagger patch. The man aimed a bow at her. She knew that the patch was an Assassin's Guild emblem. She had no time to worry about what the power of the bow was. She just knew she had to run. Mary threw a knife at the unknown figure and ran to the horse pen. She took another knife and cut the logs in half with one swing. She hopped on the white horse, and it followed its instincts and ran away from the loud bangs coming from the city. The arrow kept coming erie. She rode away. She had not expected to get ambushed with a strange weapon like that, but now she had a head start on her journey to the capital.